They may be at different ends of the table, but every time that these two clubs have met in 2021, it has been fireworks, and they have split the season series. Tonight, from the Steel City, it's Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC playing host to Loudoun United. And we welcome you to Highmark Stadium alongside former Premier League and MLS standout Lloyd Sam. I'm Ken Levica in a match that is going to be fascinating, and Pittsburgh has revenge on its mind. Let's go to the Atlantic Division table. There you see Pittsburgh sitting second, just 3 points back of the leaders, Tampa Bay Rowdies, and at the bottom, Loudoun United FC, only 6 points. However, one of the two victories coming back on June 30th, a 2-1 triumph over Pittsburgh Riverhounds. And so tonight is the early season rubber match between these two clubs. Loudoun looking to shock Pittsburgh once again. Pittsburgh, though, looking for atonement after that 2-1 defeat. Loudoun, if they're going to do it again, if they're going to be able to pull off another shocker against Pittsburgh, Lloyd, a lot of it's going to have to come at the feet of Kairu Al-Mustafa.
Yeah, that's right, Ken. Kairu Al-Mustafa, a player I really like. You know, he can take on a man. He can beat you with skill. But what I really love about him is his work rate. He doesn't stop. He keeps going, doesn't get tired, and he should bring the attack today.
And a man that Lloyd has not stopped talking about all week long on the Pittsburgh Riverhounds side is Russell Cicerone.
Russell Cicerone, he's a player I know, you know, from playing against him. Very crafty guy, you know, technical guy. He'll come in, he'll get his shots off. He can beat a man, but really it's intelligence. And, you know, he plays the balls at the right time. Here's a nice little goal from him. He gets in, perfect angle, and I expect him to cause a lot of problems today.
Can Pittsburgh get payback, or is Loudoun United about to head on the road and take another 3 from Pittsburgh? We'll find out as we get into some Saturday night USL Championship. Pittsburgh Loudoun on ESPN+.
Before, you weren't able to walk very far.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I couldn't even get out of bed sometimes.
How are you walking now?
I'm walking 6 miles a day.
Awesome.
Getting control back is living proof. The AHN Neuroscience Institute.
Just in time for the start of the 2021 season, we're offering Riverhounds Mini Flex Plans. Flex Plans are 6 vouchers to use any way you want over the 2021 season to catch the Hounds in action. Use them all for one game or spread them out through the season. With 3 different plans starting at $90, you can choose anywhere in Highmark Stadium to cheer on the Hounds. Visit riverhounds.com or call 412-865-GOAL.
Hey, Gus.
Hey, Nikki.
So what's the scoop?
Scoop? Who can pick just one scoop?
Well, I'd say that one's mint for me.
Sweet choice. Just like this.
The newest scratch-off from the Pennsylvania Lottery.
Yep. It's feeling like $1 million.
Wow, with some nice top prizes.
You can't top that.
Well, maybe with sprinkles.
Keep on scratching.
There's still time to take part in Riverhounds Academy Summer Technical Clinics. Sessions are geared to players interested in developing in many areas technically over the week. Don't miss our final camp August 2nd through the 5th at Highmark Stadium. Clinics are led by Riverhounds Development Academy trainers and current professional Riverhounds players. Open to players 7 to 14 years old. Register online or contact the Academy office at 412-325-7238.
Moments away from kickoff here in Pittsburgh. There you get a look at the Steel City, that beautiful skyline. Cloud cover here, and there has been rain falling, but we don't anticipate that it's going to put any sort of halt to the proceedings. Alongside former Premier League and MLS standout Lloyd Sam, I'm Ken Levica. And Lloyd, Loudoun initially looks like they've got a 3-man back line here tonight.
Yep, they do. You know, I talked about Al-Mustafa earlier on in the open, but number 4, Jeremy Garay, he's another player I really like. And we must talk about Michael Gamble, number 10. He's a guy that's picking up a lot of that attacking threat for the team and some leadership as well, so expect to see a lot from him.
Head coach Ryan Martin, very complimentary of Gamble when we spoke to him earlier this week. And then the 11 for Pittsburgh Riverhounds. You've got Wharton on the right side. You've got Griffin on the right side. Altogether, though, Pittsburgh has a really strong midfield.
They have a really strong midfield. You know, you got Canado Forbes, the all-time assist leader in there. You got Cicerone. You know, I'm a fan of him. You know, Alex Dixon, number 7. He's a guy that's been great this season. He's always, you know, just next to Cicerone making things happen for this team.
The referee tonight is Kyle Johnston as he checks his watch. It's arguably the most scenic sight in the USL Championship. The whistle blows, and we are underway on a Saturday night. This is the third meeting between these two clubs, Pittsburgh Riverhounds and Loudoun United, here in 2021. So glad you're with us at Highmark Stadium. Alongside Lloyd Sam, I'm Ken Levicka. It was back on June 2nd when these two teams met for the first time, a 3-2 Pittsburgh victory, but Loudoun United was hunting for that third goal to come level in the closing moments, and then it was Loudoun returning the favor on the 30th of June with a 2-1 victory, a thriller that also sent Pittsburgh into a bit of an intense post-game meeting with their fourth-year head coach, Bob Lilly.
Yeah, that game was a big surprise around the league. You know, no one expected Pittsburgh to lose that game against Loudoun. Loudoun had only won one game at that point. But, you know, there's a big key in that game. You know, you can't sleep on a team full of young, you know, talented players. You let them get comfortable, you let them get settled. You know, they'll end up beating you, and that they have to use that motivation today, Pittsburgh.
Loudoun in their road reds and Pittsburgh Riverhounds in their yellow shirts, their typical home attire. Pittsburgh comes in 6 wins, 4 losses, 3 draws. Second in the USL Atlantic, helped by Tampa Bay Rowdies' loss earlier this week. Loudoun United, meanwhile, it's been a rough go of it. 2-9-0, only 6 points in the table. That is tied for the worst mark in the entire USL Championship. But there are, as we have a player down, Lloyd, there are some signs of life from Loudoun United. This is not a lost cause by any stretch.
No, I mean, first of all, we have a longer season than last year, so, you know, there's a lot of time still to get things right. But, you know, in their first 8 games, every game was decided by 1 goal. So that tells you that they're in the games, they're close enough. You know, a little bit of magic could turn a game.
That was Kairu Al-Mustafa who went down. Appears to be up and okay here in the opening moments. Anytime a player the caliber of Kairu Al-Mustafa goes down, though, Ryan Martin, head coach, is going to feel a bit uncomfortable. Here's a cross that's cleared away as Pittsburgh tries to grow into this match here early.
And Ken, you talked about Al-Mustafa. The hard thing is you don't know if he's going to be there week to week.
Right.
When I've looked at the previous squads for Loudoun, I've seen different names every week, you know, and that's one of the problems when you're an affiliated team, right? It's tough. It's all about the development. So, you know, that's an old storyline, but we have to keep reminding people.
It does make it tricky. It does make it difficult, as here's a turnover in the midfield. This is pushed to the outside. On the move, Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Attempt to send it through. Contact going down, not getting a whistle was Jeremy Gray, the young 18-year-old. The crowd boos here in Pittsburgh. And that danger is thwarted. But from a player's standpoint, Lloyd, I mean, you've lived it. How tough is it when, forget the second division to the first division club, just a lack of consistency within who you have in the 18 going in to a match day? How difficult does that make it?
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I've been a manager where I'm at the helm to decide that, but you know, you really find out late. You know, I think you asked Ryan Martin a question like that in our call. When do you find out? Sometimes it's the day before. You may have prepared all week to start with a striker like Bolivar, who's their top scorer, and then they miss him for an important game, so it's very tough.
And it doesn't appear as if Bolivar, who has been looking good with DC United, is going to be back with this club anytime soon. Someone who did score in an earlier meeting between these clubs. Both teams feeling each other out here is a poorly hit ball to the back, and having to come out and make a play on it was Danny Vitiello, the 25-year-old goalkeeper. And with this rain, we'll see how footing holds up on this artificial turf here at Highmark Stadium. You're no stranger, Lloyd, to playing on turf fields, and you did so in a place where it rains all the time in the summer during the season. In your time at Miami FC, when that got wet, how much more difficult did it make it?
You know, I used to complain a lot about turf fields coming over from England because it just wasn't a thing over there, but you soon have to get it out of your head. You know, when I played for the New York Red Bulls, we played against New England very regularly. And if you're going into those games thinking I don't like turf fields, you know, you're going to lose the game. So I started embracing it a little bit more. And, you know, it's a game of football at the end of the day.
Sure. And you don't want to get in your own head in that. I feel like that's where injuries come from too, potentially.
There's a lot of players that are definitely in their own head about turf, and, you know, you just have to try and figure it out.
Pittsburgh Riverhounds 3 points off the top of the table in the Atlantic Division of the USL Championship. Again, this is the third meeting between these two clubs this season. This is the 8th meeting all time. Pittsburgh 6 victories, 1 defeat. This is played through, good ball in. The cross, it deflects, it's in the back of the net. Pittsburgh on the board. And the goal to Albert Dequa. What a start for Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
What a great start, you said. Todd Wharton, he does so well here. He gets the ball and he drives. You know, he starts to commit a man and he releases it at the perfect time for Alex Dixon. Very unselfish. I thought he could have shot. And that may have come off Cicerone in there, possibly. Let's have a look. Let's have a look who that came. Very unselfish from Alex Dixon playing it across.
I think it went off the face of Russell Cicerone.
That looked like a late deflection. Let's see if Cicerone's running around with his hand in the air. It didn't look like he claimed it either, but either way, 1-0. Perfect start for Pittsburgh.
So Dequa got the first touch on it. We believe that it deflected in off of Cicerone, and it's 1-0. And Pittsburgh's looking for more. Dequa, another cross through the mouth of goal, couldn't connect. Pittsburgh keeps it in to the top of the area, off the mark. That's retrieved by Dequa, and finally Loudoun United, a desperation clearance. Trying to get out on the counter, nothing doing. Pittsburgh read that well.
Wow, what a start to the game.
Well, it was
Pittsburgh looking up for this game like they should be. You know, they lost to, as we talked about that result in the last game, you're only going to have a motivated team after that, and you can see it already.
Dequa goes down in pain.
And Dequa's a player Bob Lilly's been very happy with of late. You know, he's really coming into his own. He's getting some goals for the team, causing a lot of problems.
Well, the talking to here for Matthew DeRosa, and a card is shown. So our first booking of the match, and it's shown to Loudoun United's Matthew DeRosa. Kyle Johnston waited. They had a discussion, then he decided to go to the pocket.
A yellow card is initially for Loudoun United number 27, Matthew DeRosa.
So DeRosa, who was acquired on July 9th by Loudoun United, is shown yellow. A bit reckless, Lloyd.
A little bit. It's an early yellow. I didn't expect a yellow, but, you know, I can't argue too much.
So we believe for now that the Pittsburgh goal credited to Albert Dequa, but as Lloyd Sam astutely observed, it looked like it deflected off of Russell Cicerone.
Yeah, I got my glasses on, but I can't say 100% it was him. Really, I wanted to see a reaction from Cicerone.
Right.
I didn't see him running off anyway.
Because Dequa had no problems claiming the goal.
Sometimes you just have to see who celebrates, and then that lets you know. Could have been their own goal as well. So
sure. Now, you had said that Dequa has been singled out by Bob Lilly as someone who has really grown into a professional and has really started to find his game consistently. And the native of Cameroon former St. Louis FC man. He has had plenty of opportunities to show off this season. He has nearly planted 2 different bicycle kicks, one last week in the draw against Charleston, one in the June 30th matchup against Loudoun United in the late stages, where Jermaine Forta had to make a miraculous save on a bicycle kick that would have drawn everything level. He is just super athletic, and his size is really impressive.
Yeah, and you know what else? He's going to keep getting opportunities. He's got a lot of creativity behind him, you know, with the likes of Cicerone and Dixon. Todd Wharton done well on that goal as well, so there's service there.
Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select, the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, visit selectsportamerica.com. Long ball played forward and collected on the right side. Loudoun, their first potential danger moment here. Montestiaca. And it's played back towards the midfield. This will find the feet of Robert Dambro. 11th minute, 1-0 Pittsburgh Riverhounds on top. And Denny Vitiello will come up and play that on a hop. Vitiello, the Golden Glove winner in the USL Championship last season, had 5 clean sheets in 8 starts. And he is one of the best goalkeepers in the USL Championship, former Nashville SC man.
Yeah, their defensive record last season was insane. I believe it was conceded 10 goals the whole season.
10 goals in 16 matches, far and away the team's best ever defensive season. And it was one of the best ever defensive seasons in USL Championship history.
And I'll tell you how that's so good, because at Miami FC, I think we conceded maybe 39 goals. That's one to forget.
That's one you try not to think about too much.
You know, I'm too honest.
Wharton will throw in here for Pittsburgh in the attacking half. Dikwa knees it back out to Wharton. Wharton, who got everything started with our opening goal here tonight. If the previous 2 contests this season between these 2 clubs are any indication, we have not seen the last of the scoring here this evening.
You know, coming into the game, I always thought this was a really tough test for Loudoun. You know, you beat them last time, so you're going to get, you know, the motivated and the angriest version.
Trying to whip in across, that's blocked away. Takes an odd hop off the turf and having to come over and make a play, and it was Alexin Saravia. Boy, that was some major English on that ball. Coming off with spin, and it bounced right back into the 18. Loudoun United, it was not a good showing for them against Miami FC. A 4-1 defeat. And they just saw problems compound, and that's what happens with a young team. You make mistakes, you tend to pay for it a little bit more, and that is, when we talked with head coach Ryan Martin, what took place against Miami.
Yeah, Loudoun, they're a team. They're so good between both boxes, but what's football really about at the end of the day, Ken? It's about converting and then stopping goals on the other end. And that's something they've not done. So hopefully they can, you know, it's a young team, so it's hard to really criticize.
Here's Pittsburgh after a giveaway in the midfield. Mustafa gave that away. And this will be played into the back. Collected by Shane Wheat, former Loudoun United man against his former team. Wheat across the field. Hustle on that far side, able to keep it in play, but then strong defensive effort from Loudoun. Alex Saravia getting mixed up in there and wins it back for his team. And they have credited the goal, it appears, to Russell Cicerone, his 6th of the season. So Dikwa claimed it, Cicerone gets the credit, and regardless, the scoreline stays the same. Pittsburgh 1, Loudoun United 0.
Very good team goal, though. You know, there was a lot of names involved in that move.
Yep.
Getting it wide, Dixon crossing it.
Yeah, Wharton, Dixon, Dequa, Cicerone, all four in on that goal. And all of that action came in about 19 yards of space. Well, to what you were talking about, Lloyd, with how Loudoun is pretty good between the boxes, but then things fall apart in the box.
Yeah.
They're 81% passing accuracy. That's tied for 7th in the entire USL, but they are tied for worst in the USL in conversion rate at 8%. That number speaks perfectly to what you're describing when you see Loudoun United on film.
Hardest thing to do in the game, Ken, put the ball in the back of the net. Looks easy, you know, when you're sitting at home watching it, but, you know, sometimes you need some experienced goal scorers that, you know, can keep that nerve and convert. It's not the easiest thing.
Loudoun getting played off the ball consistently. Perhaps an opportunity here. Dixon, as he was trying to formulate the attack, had it poked away. Loudoun has not yet grown into this match. Have not seen anything in the way of attack from Loudoun United here early. Pittsburgh has been in control from second one. Again, a loss 2-1 to Loudoun United in Virginia back on June 30th. And after that match, it was a lengthy discussion, a lengthy meeting after the match between Bob Lilly and his roster.
And you know what happens after you have a meeting like that? That there should be a reaction. You know, that's the desired response, right? Come out, show it on the field after a meeting like that.
And in meetings like that with Bob Lilly, in his 4th year in Pittsburgh, it is a lot of Bob Lilly speaking, and a lot of nobody else having to say.
Well, he knows what he's doing. You know, we talked about his defensive record last season as well. You know, he's been at the helm. He knows what he's doing over there, so I expected this to be a difficult game for Loudoun. But, you know, you can't walk into someone's home and just dictate play. You have to weather the storm for a little bit, and they haven't done that. You know, they're already 1-0 down. Sometimes it's a part of an away performance.
It looked like that might have been a handball. Instead, they're going to give the ball to Loudoun United. I'll say that Dequa clipped the back foot of Michael Gamble, the 26-year-old Englishman. It's given right back to Pittsburgh. Played into the middle, but it ends up at the feet of Jeremy Gray. Loudoun trying to play out of the back. Look at the swarming Pittsburgh midfield. This is played through. Oh, nearly found Dequa, who was camped out of the top of the penalty area, but he couldn't get a touch on it, and it rolls out of play.
That's a good little ball to Dequa. Smart pass. He just couldn't get onto it. Half a chance there.
Loudoun United looking sloppy with the ball in the midfield. Pittsburgh is just picking pockets at will here.
Yeah, Pittsburgh look extremely comfortable, don't they?
They sure do. Bernardo Forbes, a shot just wide of the post. Ambitious, trying to make something happen from distance. Pittsburgh has been coming in waves. Here you see Forbes, former Rochester Rhino, put that wide. It's been all Pittsburgh Riverhounds here early. This young Loudoun United team, how will they respond to the early adversity? After the early Cicerone goal. Dixon plays it through to Dequa. Can he get his? The answer is no. There was contact. Instead, it'll be a corner for Pittsburgh Riverhounds as Dequa went down in a heap in the penalty area.
Ken, Loudoun are going to need to tighten up at the back. You know, that was almost a very good opportunity. Alex Dixon here waiting, plays the ball at the right time, and looked like Dequa could have lent his body into him a little bit there. But it's just been a bit too easy at that end.
Timothy Mell with some desperate defending at the end there. Perhaps a bit of contact on the leg, but did get enough of the ball to keep the whistle out of Kyle Johnston's mouth. Forbes will handle the corner here for Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Forbes for the outswinger. It's headed down. Dequa sent it right into Forda on a hop. Well, there you see the size and athleticism, though, of Albert Dequa, the injured Loudoun United player. That's Mell. who forced the corner just moments ago. Looks like he took a little contact in the ear. Lloyd will take a look at this corner here.
Yeah, couldn't quite get the power that he would have wanted onto it, but it's a concern, you know, giving up a header at that location. You know, it's a bit close to your goal. As we said, they need to tighten up a little bit. Loudoun, it's like they need a timeout right now.
Mel did well to throw Dequa off balance and then caught the worst of what appeared to be an elbow from Dequa as they jostled for that ball. But Mel had done the job to keep any momentum coming from that header. Once again, Pittsburgh on the attack. And we're going to have a free kick here for Pittsburgh. And protest here from Loudoun United, but Kyle Johnston says that's enough. Everybody be on their way. Kairu Mustafa not happy. But a potentially dangerous free kick coming here for Pittsburgh as we are well into minute number 20. 1-0 Pittsburgh on top. Canardo Forbes stands over it. Forbes whips it to the back post. Dequa was in the vicinity, but never a threat. The Riverhounds are back in action at Highmark Stadium Saturday, July 31st, 7 p.m. against the Hartford Athletic for another Saturday night showdown. You can visit riverhounds.com or call the box office at 412-865-GOAL. That's 412-865-GOAL. And this venue, Highmark Stadium, one of the best in the USL Championship. What a view of downtown Pittsburgh.
You've got some interesting scenery in the background there, don't you?
Loudoun still looking to try and catch Pittsburgh a bit flat-footed. They haven't succeeded yet. This is lobbed to the edge of the area, and Pittsburgh handles that without much of a problem. What can Loudoun do to at least try and open up some space?
You would hope, you know, center midfielders like Garay, number 4, can get on the ball, start dictating, start getting some passes in, but Pittsburgh are swarming all over everything they're doing right now. I've seen games like this, I've been in games like this. And you know, as the away team, you just have to stay in the game, and as I said, weather the storm. If you can get your best players on the ball that can try and do something, that would be the best way to go about it.
There's one in the midfield by Loudoun.
Here's one of their better players, Mustafa.
Mustafa tried to connect with Nanahuso, and it nearly turned into a attempt on the counter here for Pittsburgh Riverhounds, but offside was Dequa. And Pittsburgh's not wasting any time either. They get the ball and they are looking for long runs right away. Nanahuso. Now Garay, the 18-year-old. Signed as a DC United homegrown on July 2nd. Mustafa, this rolls to the edge of the 18, blasted away. And now it's off to the races. Dequa battling with Mel.
So now the game stretch. Can you get some passes in? Here's Garay on the ball. Get some passes in, get a little feel of it, settle your team down a little bit.
Yeah, you may have to play for a bit of possession here, it seems like. Nothing's going to happen quickly, it appears. Hitting the deck. No whistle, Matthew DeRosa. Pittsburgh, another ball one. It's played off to the right side. This is hit too far for Dixon, who was trying to make his way towards the back post. Cicerone.
The idea was right. The idea was right. Just put a little bit too much. He had two runners. There's going to be more chances, especially for Pittsburgh in this game.
Well, Bob Lilly talked to you earlier this week, Lloyd, and said, hey, we want to put pressure on the ball. We flat out want to put pressure on the ball, and it seems like that strategy, that desire has worked to perfection. That's clearly what Pittsburgh's been doing. But perhaps an attempt on the counter. Can there be a foot race? The answer is no. That was cleaned up nicely by Pittsburgh. Just momentarily did Loudoun have Montestiaka out in front.
Yeah, Ken, back to what you were saying about getting pressure on the ball. They've got pressure all over the field. Honestly, it's been probably exactly how he would have wanted to see it. Like, you want to impose your will as the home side, and they've done that. And Loudoun haven't been able to play much at all.
That's a good way to put it. Haven't really been able to play much at all. That is, that really is what we've seen. This is played into the box. A fight for it. It's loose. Vitiello finally able to hold it into his chest because Mustafa was trying to hack away at that. There was a collision as well as Preston Kilwine ran into his own goalkeeper. That could have become very fortuitous for Pittsburgh, and now we have an injury, and I think that's Mustafa.
There's a little bit of confusion in here for a second. Looked straightforward, but you know, for a second, you didn't know if the keeper was coming.
Nope. Oh, man.
That could have been a mess.
And Vitiello's angry, but it was his own guy who bulldozed him.
But he may have been angry with his own guy there.
You see Bob Lilly having an animated conversation with Russell Cicerone. Cicerone is our goal scorer here in the first half. He's the reason why Pittsburgh leads Loudoun United 1-0, though any number of players could get credit for how that play developed, including Albert Dequa, who actually thought that he had the goal, celebrated as if he had the goal. What he didn't account for is that it took a deflection off of Cicerone's face for goal number 6 on the season for the 26-year-old.
And that's one of the worst feelings in football. You think you've got a goal, and then you look after and it's got someone else's name or OG. It hurts. Chance here.
This is sprayed out to the left side. A shot blocked down. Montestiaka decided to go for it just outside the 18. That's what Loudoun's going to have to do, I think, is at least try and get ambitious and make Vitiello work.
I don't love that decision for the shot. He had numbers forward with him. Can you be positive? Take on a man, try and get half a yard.
Mustafa. Nanahuso.
Great ball.
Dangerous ball. And it will not be able to be chased down. It rolls out of play. But that's better from Loudoun United. The last 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes has shown a little bit of life from this team.
A little sign of life. Is going to need to see more of that positive play. I love seeing that ball across the box there. If only someone's in there gambling.
The throw in is headed up into the air. One back by Loudoun momentarily. An awkward looking attempt at a clearance. The Vitiello's going to have to punch away. Shane Wheat did not get a good leg on that and popped it straight up into the air. Vitiello, good veteran move to get it out of danger. So Loudoun red shirts were lurking. We've seen a couple of awkward looking bounces off of this turf tonight.
Yeah, that's what turf will do. That's what turf will do for sure.
So Loudoun, after a decent spell, at least better over the last couple of minutes, can they continue that here? As we approach the half-hour mark, Ken Levicka with you, along with former Premier League and MLS standout Lloyd Sam. Glad to have you hanging out with us on a Saturday night from Pittsburgh, and the hosts with the 1-0 advantage. Kickoff temperature 74 degrees, as you can see. Cloud cover. We had rain in the pregame, though things have dried up since. And a throw in the attacking third coming here for Loudoun, who are at least starting to ask some questions. Mustafa has been extremely active. You mentioned his work rate in the open, and we're seeing that front and center here.
He's been, I want to see him more active, but that comes from his team getting the ball with some good possession, getting him in positions where he can take guys on. You know, he hasn't really had a chance to do that just yet. And I don't think that's a Mustafa problem. I think it's the whole team, you know, getting settled into this game.
Some room here for Cicerone as he approaches the midfield. And then play down the left. On the ball is Forbes. Forbes to the top of the area, Wharton. Wharton, left foot. Now Cicerone headed away. Right back to Cicerone.
That move reminded me of the first goal. Tell me that didn't remind you of the first goal.
Absolutely.
Todd Wharton, little clip back on his left foot.
It certainly looked like that's initially what he was trying to seek out. Loudoun wants to get things started right away. Cicerone pressuring the ball. There you get a look at Bob Lilly. Has to like what he's seen to this point from his team. But after Loudoun had shaky moments after the Cicerone goal, they have seemed to cinch it up a bit here defensively.
Yeah, and that's what happens in games like this. After you weather the storm, which they haven't completely, you know, then you have your little spell in the game, and it kind of goes back and forth. This is how football games go. But when you have your spells, that's where you need to try and strike. You need to make chances, convert them if possible, and that will give you a chance to win this game.
Throw in coming here courtesy of Matthew DeRosa, selected 25th overall in this past season's MLS Super Draft by Toronto. Never did sign an MLS contract and then was acquired on July 9th. Had a very successful college career at Maryland. Montestiaca. This is pushed back.
So Ken, you say it's pushed back, but I'm seeing, you know, that closing down that Bob Lilly talked about, especially in his half. They're not giving them any space. Loudoun just put together three or four passes and then have to go all the way back. It didn't get them anywhere because of the pressing.
They have not been able to crack that code here. This is a concerted effort by Pittsburgh, something that Lloyd was given a heads up about from Bob Lilly, and man, have they performed well. Here's a good run. The flag stays down, now it's up. It's an offside. DeRosa, after a bit of a delay, is called offside.
That looked close, by the way.
It definitely did. Gamble, a conversation with our referee, Kyle Johnston. The Riverhounds have added premium suites for 2021, exclusive and private suites with premium menu options. Check out the balcony that overlooks all the action and a majestic view of the Pittsburgh skyline. You can visit riverhounds.com or call the box office at 412-865-GOAL. That's 412-865-GOAL. And watching from suites, that's what Lloyd Sam does.
I would love to watch a game in this stadium, honestly. I saw a little boat going by. You got the cars going by. It's interesting. Wonder how many balls have ended up in that river.
At the Monongahela River here in Pittsburgh.
I'm glad you said that name, not me.
This is lobbed to the back post and headed away. Corner on the way here for Pittsburgh. Matthew DeRosa didn't exactly know who was behind him and had no choice. This will be the second corner of the evening for Pittsburgh. As Canardo Forbes makes his way and delivers a short corner. Cicerone to Wharton. Wharton on his right foot. Wharton lobbing it back post, unable to find his intended target. Wanted Preston Kilwine, just too tall for him.
Ken, I'm really unhappy with the defending here. This is coming from a corner. You can't let them get into your box with no pressure at this point. Look how close he is to goal.
I mean, just, wow.
You're going to have problems if you're defending like that. It's got to be a bit more, you know, intense in that box.
Cicerone, the cross. It was whiffed on, then never found. Dixon. Loudoun trying to get out on the counter and nothing doing. Canardo Forbes, how savvy is he? The 32-year-old calmly taking the possession back.
Yeah, he's been doing this a long time, and he's been with Bob Lilly a long time as well, so he knows his role in that side. He knows exactly what he's meant to be doing, and the team just seemed well drilled.
Forbes, as Lloyd Sam mentioned earlier, the all-time USL Championship assist leader, 2019 USL Championship MVP finalist. He is just silky smooth. He is a hard worker, four-time All-USL selection. The resume doesn't lie for Canardo Forbes. High ball to the outside. And once again, just a quick spell of possession and right back to a Pittsburgh throw-in. This has been tough sledding for Loudoun United here in this first half.
As long as it's 1-0, you know, they're in the game, right? You don't want it to go to 2, because 2 could, you know, they lost their last game 4-1. You know, heads go down when that happens. They're already bottom of the league. And I've been with teams that are bottom of leagues, and when 1 and 2 flies in, you know, inevitably the heads go down. So you want to stay in this game as long as possible.
Well, Ryan Martin told us this week, the head man for Loudoun United, he thought that the play of his team was fine. It was just mistakes at key moments, and 4-1 is a fairly lopsided scoreline. But I suppose with a team like this, where you don't know on a week-to-week, match-to-match basis who you're going to have available to you, it is easier for a coach to pick out the bright moments and build off of that as opposed to a different situation.
You know, Ryan Martin, he's also talked about the missed penalties, which is something it's hard to excuse. Key moments in games, they've missed penalties in big games recently, and that's a really tough one to take.
In the first meeting between these two clubs, it was Pass for Loudoun United who missed a penalty off the crossbar. Those have really been killers for Loudoun. They have missed 3 penalties this season. This is floated into the box, headed away, no problem. Loudoun trying to keep it within a goal. They are being dominated in possession, dominated in chances created, yet it is still only 1-0 in the score line. But Pittsburgh is handed a corner here. A good crowd here in Pittsburgh, here at Highmark Stadium. Comfortable evening, and if the rain completely stays away, this is as good as it gets.
Yeah, Bob Lilly won't feel comfortable till they get that second one for sure.
This is delivered, punched away. Well done by Forda in a crowd. But Pittsburgh relentless. Wharton goes down.
Great
the
defending.
referee says play on.
Great defending that was, but they've
And
given it away.
Needless back heel. Dixon, left-footed shot right at Forda, and he's able to hold it into his knee before he gives up a rebound. That was an ugly sequence there for Loudoun, a back heel out of nowhere that sparked Pittsburgh on the attack.
Yeah, Pittsburgh are winning the ball back super fast, aren't they? And then they're back on the attack, and then Loudoun get it for a few passes, then it's back to Pittsburgh. That's how the game's been.
Every time the ball is played up the touchline by Loudoun, Pittsburgh is just bracketing the ball with 2-3 defenders and making it impossible to advance it into the attacking half. There you hear Bob Lilly yelling instructions to his team. Starting to get late here in the first half. The difference is Russell Cicerone's 6th goal of the season. This punched forward. Dixon, nifty, Dequa, contact. Is there a decision? The answer is no. Kyle Johnston says, goal kick, let's proceed.
Interesting. Alex Dixon, though, you know, technical play. You see he did a little pirouette on the ball. He waited for his support. And that's an interesting decision.
Alex Dixon, also someone who is very, very veteran at 31 years of age. Loudoun once again has to retreat. DeRosa thought he was going to have possession of the attacking third, but it was Preston Kielwine who came flying in to break that up. Pittsburgh doing all the little things right here so far. This lob, DeRosa headed it over Vitiello. The goal is free for now. And Pittsburgh has to knock it out of play. Shane Wheat came over to let Vitiello get back into his goal.
Vitiello done well to not give away a penalty there. That could have easily he could have easily clattered DeRosa there.
It certainly looked like Bird collapsing on the ball so quickly. Saravia. Coup di Pietro! It was never on target.
All right.
Coup di Pietro decided to turn and fire.
And here's that chance, Alex Dixon. I love the way he waits and just, the ball's just a little bit too close to the defender. If he puts it a little bit in front of him, but it was such an intelligent decision to wait.
Let's see if Mel made contact I don't think there was much
No
there.
penalty. He did well. Good defending in the end. Good tracking back.
And if there was any contact, it would have happened outside of the area as well. So I know that the defense has certainly had its poorest moments here in the opening half for Loudoun United, but you have, over the last several minutes, Lloyd, praised Loudoun United. You have said, hey, there have been moments where things have improved. What do you like? What improvements, what adjustments have been made that you think has clamped things down a bit here for Loudoun United?
I think the game just settled down and it just went to their spell in the game. I don't think they've necessarily done anything. The game's been stretched and they found a bit of space. But what I'd like to see them do is threaten the goal a little bit. You know, they haven't really threatened the goal. Right there, you know, they could have had a nearly penalty, but haven't been anywhere near the goal, Ken.
Long ball, nothing doing. As always, Mustafa giving chase, but Vidiello reading the development expertly. Look at that. The referee says play on as he should.
Good decision.
Pittsburgh bringing numbers forward. Forbes plays it to the outside. Wharton surveys. Left-footed cross, headed away. And Loudoun United passes that test. Look at Pittsburgh consistently pressuring the ball. DeRosa gave it away. Shane Wheat comes over to intercept that. Now Pittsburgh, the advantage in this match was always going to be the midfield. The advantage in this match has indeed been the midfield.
Such a strong midfield. So every type of player in there.
Cicerone into the box. Cross off the bar! Dixon put it off the post. Pittsburgh trying to keep it in the attacking third. This will finally roll out of play. Tense moments for Loudoun United. Dixon came inches away from making it 2-0.
And this is the attacking engine for this team. Cicerone waits. He picks out his boy, Alex Dixon. Unlucky, but those are the two. I always see these two combining when I look at the highlights for this team. They do so much for them. Still only 1-0 though.
Cicerone collects a lot of goals, but he also has really good vision.
He does a lot for this team. As you said, goals, and he's definitely involved in assists as well and creating chances and set pieces here and there.
He really is and has developed into a good all-around attacking player. Cicerone scored 10 goals in 2 seasons with St. Louis FC.
And he's already at 5 before this game, so 6 now. He's having a great season. I think the fit with Pittsburgh, you know, you don't know what's happening behind the scenes, but he's definitely fitting in with this team. And you look at the stats, and that tells a story in itself.
Cicerone not only here in Pittsburgh and in St. Louis, but stints with Cincinnati, Portland as well. And he has found a nice home here in Pittsburgh. This is his 12th start of the season. He has appeared in every match for Pittsburgh Riverhounds in 2021. But after all of that, it's still just 1-0. Can Loudoun find a way to unlock this relentless pressure? Not in this instance. Cicerone wins it back. Now Forbes. It's one along the touchline by Danny Rivera. And now Pittsburgh will reestablish itself. Nifty there from Shane Wheat.
Great ball that was.
Outstanding touch to the far side. Played to the edge of the area, touched away by Dixon. Here's the cross, near post. Forda came out, saw what was developing, and made an outstanding play.
Great little passing move from Pittsburgh as well. You know, we talk about them and their defensive prowess. But on the ball, the creativity and the passing moves they've come out with, it's both sides. I love seeing both sides, you know, defensive and attacking.
DeRosa has some real estate to work with, but a heavy touch. And he gives it away once again. Wharton. As he is bothered from behind by Montestiaca.
How many times?
And Now there's some protest from the Pittsburgh touchline that there might have been a foul. And Loudoun taking the opportunity to get play back started. Don't anticipate much added time here in this opening half. This played ahead, Husso. About 25 yards away, DeRosa thought about delivering something into the box, and instead.
And that should have been the move. You know, it's a rare time that you're not being pressed in that moment. And you go backwards. Now look, get something in the box.
Cicerone once again wins it back. Forbes is dispossessed. Loudoun had numbers for a moment. On the move, Cudi Pietro poked away. Throw in, Loudoun United.
Can you get something in the box before this half's over?
They have really shut down Cudi Pietro from doing what he does best, and that's patrol the middle. Haven't called his name much tonight, and we're going to get 1 minute of added time. So our premonition about added time was correct.
1 minute stoppage time in the first half. A minimum of 1 minute stoppage time.
Can Loudoun orchestrate anything here in the closing moments? There's not been much. We have not seen a shot on goal yet for Loudoun United. In fact, Pittsburgh keeper Danny Vitiello challenged more by his own player than by Loudoun United. Here's a good ball to the far post. Never found Amustafa, but that was better. And Pittsburgh wins it back.
Good play there. I've seen Rivera do a few skills, like very nice on the ball, very comfortable on it.
And Danny Rivera, former University of Vermont man, and he has shown some skills here tonight. Pittsburgh will, in the waning moments of this half, send it out of play, and that'll do it for the opening 45. The Russell Cicerone goal is the difference. Overall, your impressions of half number one, Lloyd?
Pittsburgh deserve to be winning this game. You know, 1-0 is a good score for Loudoun. They're still in the game. Pittsburgh will want to get that second one as soon as possible.
Well, Loudoun has withstood the storm, and they trail by only a goal. Russell Cicerone is the difference. Pittsburgh Riverhounds 1, Loudoun United 0 at the break. And we'll start our halftime show after this. From Pittsburgh, it's USL Championship on ESPN+.
Wharton scores! The summer is heating up, and so are the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Saturday, July 31st, the Hartford Athletic are back at Highmark Stadium for a Saturday night showdown with a 7 p.m. kickoff. Group and individual tickets on sale now. Call and ask about our many flex plans. We even have private suite options available. Visit riverhounds.com or talk to a ticket representative at 412-865-GOAL.
Pleasant Valley Golf Club, nestled in the Laurel Highlands of southwestern Pennsylvania, is now open to the public. Enjoy 18 holes of championship golf with a new island green and fully stocked pro shop. Our clubhouse features a large ballroom for weddings or private parties, 2 restaurants serving delicious food, a sports bar, 2 state-of-the-art golf simulators, and an outdoor patio with gas fire pit and picturesque view. Pleasant Valley Golf Club, now open to the public.
Just in time for the start of the 2021 season, we're offering Riverhounds mini flex plans. Flex plans are 6 vouchers to use any way you want over the 2021 season to catch the Hounds in action. Use them all for one game or spread them out through the season. With 3 different plans starting at $90, you can choose anywhere in Highmark Stadium to cheer on the Hounds. Visit riverhounds.com or call 412-865-GOAL.
We're at the break, 45 minutes in the books. Pittsburgh Riverhounds and Loudoun United USL Championship action on this Saturday night on ESPN+. Since it is halftime, you know what that means, USL Championship fans. Time for another edition of The Dish.
Too many secrets in Week 13 of the USL Championship, so we're going to give you 4 games, 8 teams, and it's The Dish. Kalen Ryden, the return of Lord Hellman, and the Golden Boot winner from 2019. Just kidding. It's Kalen Ryden, black and yellow. No more Monarchs jerseys, just goals from the center back. Repetto, put this on repeat. 1-1 Charleston Battery, but the 52nd minute is going to be really kind to New Mexico United. Devin Sandoval in the black and yellow. 19th goal overall for New Mexico United. They get the 2-1 victory. West supersedes the East once again. More from the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Move, Rowdies. Get out the way. There's a train coming through by the man named Derek Dotson. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, Dotson into the bottom corner. Back-to-back losses for the first time for the Tampa Bay Rowdies since 2019. So look for a little help this weekend. Rubber match versus the Miami FC. I said the. You're right. Louisville, OKC. I don't even really know if I need to say anything because they were that good, which is important because they were that bad last time out. Wes Sharpie, second goal in a Louisville uniform, only his second goal in his professional career. Go figure. We're going to add a couple more goals, a couple more assists. Cameron Lancaster gets into the action. Jonathan Gomez, by the way, who was horrendous against FC Tulsa, is magnificent against OKC Energy FC. Not enough energy. They would grab one at the end of it. 3-1 Louisville, moving on. The final one, the bloodbath. 8 unbeaten for both of these teams coming in. Let's go. Let's go. That's a no-no. See, you can't do that, Grant. Yellow card in the 38th minute. Here's his second yellow in the 60th minute. Take a seat. Take a hike. Take a shower. Do whatever you want, but you can't play with us anymore. Can't sit here. 67th minute. Ball through. Aero Marketing, Aerodynamic. 1-0, Orange County. Watch out. Don't call it a comeback. Watch out. Can they once again rise from the depths? The Phoenix presents itself in the form of Callum Montgomery, the lone E at center back position. Jack Blake. Can't give him the ball. Nope, don't do it twice. Yep. Off a deflection. I'm giving him the assist. Hockey assist, even though we're playing football. Moshe Bani, 76th minute. 2 goals, 3 minutes. 2-1 victory, Orange County. 9 unbeaten. Orange County, done.
Love The Dish. Always high energy. We're looking for as big a high energy second half as we saw during The Dish. Pittsburgh Riverhounds, Loudoun United, second half coming up in minutes. It's the USL Championship on ESPN+.
I am a first-generation student here at Bellevue University. I feel like if I were to have gone to a different university, my experience would have been a lot more stressful and overwhelming, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that personal experience that Bellevue University has to offer.
The save from Cardoni, it's there, and Cardoni with a huge save. Beautiful ball through, and that's in. Brilliant. Daniel Bruce with a stunner.
Yearwood now.
Yearwood for New Mexico.
Just in time for the start of the 2021 season, we're offering Riverhounds mini flex plans. Flex plans are 6 vouchers to use any way you want over the 2021 season to catch the Hounds in action. Use them all for one game or spread them out through the season. With 3 different plans starting at $90, you can choose anywhere in Highmark Stadium to cheer on the Hounds. Visit riverhounds.com or call 412-865-GOAL.
Before, you weren't able to walk very far.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I couldn't even get out of bed sometimes.
How are you walking now?
I'm walking 6 miles a day.
Awesome.
Getting control back is living proof. The AHN Neuroscience Institute.
Cross Wharton, scores!
The summer is heating up, and so are the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Saturday, July 31st, the Hartford Athletic are back at Highmark Stadium for a Saturday night showdown with a 7 p.m. kickoff. Group and individual tickets on sale now. Call and ask about our many flex plans. We even have private suite options available. Visit riverhounds.com or talk to a ticket representative at 412-865-GOAL.
He is former Premier League and MLS standout Lloyd Sam. I'm Ken Levicka, and it's Pittsburgh, the 1-0 lead on Loudoun United. Let's check out some news and notes from the USL Championship. I'll handle it, not the big fuzzy dog. New kids on the block, Monterey Bay FC Union and Northern Colorado Hailstorm FC. They've unveiled crescent colors ahead of their debuts next season. Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC forward Haji Berry is the player of the month. 7 goals, Lloyd, in 5 games in July. That's big time.
Every time I look, I see his name, man. He's been on fire.
He's been incredible. USL Championship on ESPN. You're not going to want to miss this. New Mexico United heads into the heart of Texas against San Antonio FC. July 21st, 9:30 Eastern Time on ESPN2. Team of the week. And there you get a glance at the names that made up the best of last week in this action. There you see Kyle Morton. He's the player of the week. The goalkeeper, just superb for Memphis. And the goalkeeper for Memphis, Kyle Morton, is again the player of the week in week number 12. The upcoming schedule in the USL Championship, it's busy, busy, busy. El Paso has Las Vegas Lights. That happens about an hour and a half from now. Phoenix Rising and Galaxy 2. Austin Bolden action tomorrow against Real Monarchs, San Antonio and New Mexico, the game we just mentioned at 9:30. New York Red Bulls 2 and this Pittsburgh squad on Friday on ESPN Plus, and also on ESPN Plus, Charleston Battery plays host to Charlotte Independence. That'll be 7:30 on Friday. That'll look at your upcoming schedule in the USL Championship. Pittsburgh has a 1-0 advantage after 45 minutes against Loudoun. We'll have highlights. And then the second half when we come back, it's the USL Championship on ESPN Plus.
Hey, Gus.
Hey, Nikki.
So what's the scoop?
Scoop? Who can pick just one scoop?
Well, I'd say that one's mint for me.
Sweet choice. Just like this.
The newest scratch-off from the Pennsylvania Lottery.
Yep. It's feeling like $1 million.
Wow, with some nice top prizes.
You can't top that.
Well, maybe with sprinkles.
Keep on scratching.
Cross Wharton. Score!
The summer is heating up, and so are the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Saturday, July 31st, the Hartford Athletic are back at Highmark Stadium for a Saturday night showdown with a 7 p.m. kickoff. Group and individual tickets on sale now. Call and ask about our many flex plans. We even have private suite options available. Visit riverhounds.com or talk to a ticket representative at 412-865-GOAL.
Before you weren't able to walk very far.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. I couldn't even get out of bed sometimes.
How are you walking now?
I'm walking 6 miles a day.
Awesome.
Getting control back is living proof. The AHN Neuroscience Institute.
There's still time to take part in Riverhounds Academy Summer Technical Clinics. Sessions are geared to players interested in developing in many areas technically over the week. Don't miss our final camp August 2nd through the 5th at Highmark Stadium. Clinics are led by Riverhounds Development Academy trainers and current professional Riverhounds players. Open to players 7 to 14 years old. Register online or contact the Academy office at 412-325-7238.
Final moments of the break as you take a look at downtown Pittsburgh. The host Riverhounds lead Loudoun United 1-0. I'm Ken Levicka with former Premier League and MLS standout Lloyd Sam. And Lloyd, let's go through highlights from the opening half. It did not take long for Pittsburgh to start taking command.
Yeah, they imposed their will very early in the game. Todd Wharton here, he drives into the heart of the defense. What a great run. Good little pick out. Alex Dixon, very unselfish, rolls it back across. And we didn't know who scored at first, did we? We thought it was Dikwa, but it looks like it comes off of Cicerone right at the line. He'll take that, a nice easy one. That's how we like him.
So then in the 18th minute, Pittsburgh on the move again.
There you go, some of the names again, Alex Dixon to Dikwa. You're going to hear them same names over again in this game. Cicerone, Dixon, Dikwa. And I thought Dikwa could have leaned his body a little bit against the defender there and took him out of the play, but didn't quite come off that time. Again, Pittsburgh, look at them attacking again. This is just too easy. Getting straight into the box. You're just outside the 6-yard box from 2 passes from a corner. Not good enough from Loudoun.
And then this was the near miss. Right after we take one more look of this fly out of play. 41st minute, this probably should have been a goal.
Yeah, I mean, this was a good opportunity. I think he does everything right. It's unlucky, you know, first time. It's not an easy strike, I wouldn't say, but it's encouraging. Cicerone to Dixon, those names again. You know, it's not an easy strike. In fact, he's done well to get that against the post, the way the ball's bouncing there.
And Dixon nearly made it 2-0. The keeper was certainly beaten. You look at the stats, you look at the possession.
I'm surprised at what I'm seeing, Ken. Sorry to interrupt you, but I saw 61% possession to Loudoun. I'm like, what? It hasn't felt like that.
No. I certainly agree with you. I don't know if if that actually is the correct number, but regardless, Pittsburgh was the dominant side in the opening 40.
Yeah, I go by the eye test, Ken, and the eye test tells me Pittsburgh should be winning this game by maybe multiple goals at this point. It's only one, so Loudoun have a chance to come out of that dressing room re-energized, and you know they're gonna have to really put a lot of energy into that midfield, try and win that battle, and maybe they can launch some attacks.
The numbers that Lloyd and I know are correct for Loudoun United: 2 shots, none on goal.
They've not threatened the goal one bit, have they?
No, they have not, and we're already going to have some halftime substitutions here for Loudoun United. So Darluis Pass is into the game now for Loudoun. And it looks like we're also going to see Kamarni Smith come on for Loudoun as well. So Jeremy Garay's night is done. Pass in for him as we start the second half. And Kamarni Smith comes on as well. So we begin the second half here at Highmark Stadium. 1-0, Pittsburgh with the lead over Loudoun United.
Whenever we come into the second half, I always like to see, you know, what team is coming out looking more motivated and, you know, bringing that energy from their halftime team talk. Pittsburgh already have that ball, so we'll see.
We sure do. On the outside, here's Rivera. Whips in across, headed away. And a throw in for Pittsburgh. Landry Nananhuso is the other player who has exited the match for Loudoun United. That's who Kamarni Smith has taken out for head coach Ryan Martin. So 2 halftime subs for Loudoun United, looking desperately for some semblance of a threat in the attack. It was not there in the opening half. And an offside. But Loudoun have done well, and I don't think that this can be mentioned enough. Loudoun have done well to keep it at 1-0.
And that's the important score. That is 1-0. Anything can happen at this point. Remember the chance in the first half where, you know, I think it was Gamble got across the keeper. A penalty happens there, and it's a whole different game.
Kamarni Smith with that speed, able to collect that in the right corner. And Loudoun tries to put some shape into their attack. But it's a lot of get the ball into the attacking third and immediately having to retreat. That's been the common possession for Loudoun in the rare instances they've had possession. Good idea here for Loudoun, but that's going to roll out of play.
It's a tough team they're playing against. We got to remember that. this is not an easy place to just come to. So Pittsburgh, you know, they have a reputation. They're a strong team at their own stadium. It's never easy.
Now, this is match number 107 for Pittsburgh Riverhounds under Bob Lilly. And this team has allowed just 91 goals in that span. And that's an average of .86 goals per game. That really speaks to how difficult Pittsburgh is to break down with Bob Lilly on the touchline.
And that probably tells you don't want to go 1-0 behind. You definitely don't want to go 2-0 behind, but you know, it's already an uphill battle at this place.
There are some teams, right, Lloyd, that you get down 2-0 and it feels like 4-0 or 5-0 just because they're so physical and they just shut you down and snuff you out.
Yeah, some teams are so well drilled at the art of, you know, shutting you out, especially once you go 2-0. Once they go 2-0 up, it could end up being 4. Great ball.
Forbes, that was an outstanding ball, and Wharton couldn't quite get there. He retrieves in the corner. Wharton redelivers into the area. Top of the box, Forbes turns. Did it take a deflection? It's out of play, and it's a corner for Pittsburgh. It did indeed take a deflection, and I believe that it might have gone off the foot of Michael Gamble.
There's a little example of Forbes' vision there. Great little ball. Somehow the ball comes back to him in the box. You know, he plays this ball out to Wharton. Wharton gets it. It somehow comes back to Forbes again. You'd think, you know, they'll get a little bit tight on the guy in the center of the box there.
Here's the corner. It's hit low. It's bouncing outside the 6-yard box. It's headed down, still loose, and it'll be cleared out of the area by Loudoun and given right back to Pittsburgh Riverhounds, but a whistle blows. Try and sort this out. Our referee again tonight, Kyle Johnston. Here you get a look at this corner. This was tense.
A little bit pinballing around. It could have dropped anywhere. But, you know, coming out the half, I've not seen, you know, enough from Loudoun of what I want to see from them coming out that half. I want to see a real determined side, you know. I want to feel that while I'm watching them. Not seeing it yet.
DeRosa pops this high into the air. DeRosa, who's really been trying to instigate some offense here tonight for Loudoun. And again, it is really difficult. The USL is committed to supporting the LGBTQ+ community through the Forever Proud project. The USL will strive to create safe and welcoming environments for all fans, players, employees, and partners. Learn more at uslsoccer.com/forward-forever-proud. The USL and the Forever Proud project. Another substitution coming on.
Substitution number 33, Jake Green. In for number 27, Matthew DeRosa.
So we're going to see Jacob Green come on, take DeRosa off for Loudoun United. There's the third substitution of the night. DeRosa, who was on a yellow. And now everybody on the field now has been cleansed of cards. Now, opening 6 minutes here. And you said it already, Lloyd, it does not appear as if, at least for now, Loudoun United came out of the locker room with some magic solution.
Not at all. Pittsburgh have come out with it.
Good ball. Dixon, low cross, wanted Cicerone. He was shielded off well.
I really have to say, Ken, there's been some great football from Pittsburgh. What a great move that was. There was a lot of passing in that move. Look at Forbes' ball to Dixon right in stride. And again, reminds me of the first goal. Getting to Dixon, him playing it across. They look like they've come out with something to prove from the halftime, and that's probably what we wanted to see from Loudoun.
Sarabia did well to, at the last moment, mark Cicerone and deny him the ball. That was some good defending. It came down to the last man, but Sarabia was equal to the task.
Yeah, he had to be there. That saved the goal, his position in there.
What is it about Cicerone that catches your eye? I know that he's constantly around the ball and he's constantly making himself dangerous, but what is it in all aspects of his game that impress you most?
he's a very crafty player. You know, he can beat you in different ways. It's not necessarily a speed way how he's going to beat. Look at him now, like little one-touch play. I might have cursed him because I was talking about him right then. But, you know, he's got a great touch. The craft, he reminds me of a guy I played with called Mike Grella at Red Bulls. You know, he could beat a man so many different ways just by, you know, shifting his body in a certain way. And his technical ability, he gets in on goal, and he's a good finisher.
And it was Cicerone who scored in the 6th minute. And that's been the extent of our scoring here tonight. Here's Loudoun with Jacob Green. This is popped up at the top of the box. And it exits the box via Pittsburgh foot. Now a long ball forward, giving chase. Dequa trying to get there. And it's played back to Forda. And he'll just launch it across the touchline in the midfield. Well, can Loudoun try and hit on the counter? Can they try and formulate something? This is still a long ways from over, but there's no doubt which team has been the dominant one here tonight, and they're the men in the yellow shirts. Here's Dixon to the right of the box, offside. And there's Ryan Martin, the man in charge for Loudoun United.
Can't imagine he's thrilled with what he's seen.
You've got to stay positive in situations like this, though. It's tough, and you have a squad where, again, you don't know on a week-to-week basis what you're going to get, but it's all learning. Loudoun some opportunities here to build out of that, but it's won back by Pittsburgh. And now contact and a foul.
The Riverhounds would like to wish a happy 10th birthday to
you also know that Pittsburgh fans are looking at the scoreboard, and they have some great news. Pittsburgh entered the night 3 points back in the table of Tampa Bay Rowdies at the top of the Atlantic Division. And Miami FC has just gone up 2-0 on Tampa Bay in the 40th minute. So if these results hold, it is all even at the top of the Atlantic with Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay.
This Atlantic Division, group of death. How many good teams are there? You know, only 4 are going to go to the next round, but there's probably 7 that think they should be there. So it's going to be tough when it comes down to it. A team like Loudoun, you know, you need every point you can get. At this point, we did say there's a long way to go, but you know, they've got a long way to catch up as well. So,
at the last
that looked like a back pass.
It certainly did. Now we have a discussion here. Vitiello pleading his case. Al Johnston's going to come over and try and sort this out. Look at the replay here, Lloyd.
There's the little touch. There's the little touch in there, Shane Wheat. You saw the touch, right, Ken?
Yeah, absolutely.
In those situations, you want your keeper to just kick that ball just to, you know, take all doubt away from it.
Yeah, it certainly was a touch, though. So now Loudoun with a great opportunity. Dambro had it blocked down. Right into the wall. And on a play. And a goal kick.
They didn't set that one up right at all, Ken. First, you want to fake it a couple times, let that wall get all the way back. The wall didn't even look like, look, they're halfway there still. You want to fake it a couple times. You want to tell the ref, hey, ref, they're encroaching. You know, you really want to get that advantage in that situation, and it's a bit rushed.
So that free kick from inside the area off the back pass. And it was delivered by Cudi Pietro right in to Preston Kilwine and that wall. And perhaps inexperience with how they handled that.
I will tell you one other thing. On short free kicks like that, you want the one that's shooting a bit closer to the ball.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to give them a chance to get out to it. So you want to just touch it and hit it before they have a chance. But That wasn't executed right.
So Loudoun lets far and away their best opportunity the night pass. And out of all of that, still not a shot on goal. Rivero, 1-2, cross! Oh, it was Dequa looking for the bicycle kick. That's his specialty. He's nearly planted 2 this season, and he decided to give it a go
Ken,
there.
Look who's just behind Dequa, though. You'll see Alex Dixon coming into the, what great play out here. I've been impressed with number 4, Rivera, out here. But look who's coming right behind. You know what I'm saying? We love to see bicycle kicks, but we like goals even more. So really, you would want Alex Dixon to be screaming to Dequa there.
And all Dixon would need to do is get a touch on it. It's probably the back of the net.
Just get contact.
Loudoun going to the bench again, as they are trying to find a fit. Massimo Farron has come on. And Michael Gamble will come off for Ryan Martin. Massimo Farron, the 23-year-old Canadian. This is 9th appearance of the year as you get a look at Gamble heading to go put the sweats on.
Not really made the impact that we would have wanted to see from the number 10 there. It's not, again, sometimes it's tough for the wingers when you don't really get control of the ball. It's a difficult situation.
This is delivered by Forbes. Good ball! And it is clubbed out of play. Preston Kilwine was unmarked, but it appeared as if he was a bit off balance and then off the mark.
Another great opportunity for Pittsburgh. You don't want to let too many of these go, but until Loudoun can threaten your goal, here it comes into the back post. You'd love him to get that back across that goal, maybe give someone else an opportunity. But yeah, he was off balance as well. It wasn't an easy one, but...
No. Sometimes it's tough too, I'm sure.
You'd rather see him miss it across goal though, just so it's alive for someone else to maybe toe in.
Saravia. Loudoun still, after all of this, remains down 1-0. Can they find a goal? Just one moment of brilliance. There's a cross, and it was delivered by Farron, and it results in a corner. So Loudoun United earns itself a corner, and at least make Danny Vitiello, Pittsburgh's outstanding goalkeeper, think about it.
Can they log their first, chance on goal?
And it would come right after the hour mark. Farron, right hand in the air, whips it in low, handled nicely by Pittsburgh. So the answer to that question about the shot on goal is a no.
They really need to throw in that goal. This is
Look
better.
at Cudi Pietro. Cudi Pietro then is finally stacked up on by Wharton and dispossessed. That was beautiful for a while.
Yeah, he did a good bit of skill. Can you get it out to your winger after that?
For a moment, Loudoun was able to retain possession, but now it's Pittsburgh back on the move. Bodied off the ball was Dixon momentarily. As Timothy Mell got physical with him, and Pittsburgh comes out of it looking for a goal. Low cross, cleared away, read nicely by Dambro before the always dangerous Dequa could get a foot on it. Now you get a look at Wharton. He's been impressive tonight.
Yeah, he's done a good job on that right side, getting up and down. Hasn't really put a foot wrong out there.
Wharton got the sequence started that led to the goal. The throw in, it's just bouncing around, and finally Mell able to help control it and get it out of danger. Well, Pittsburgh has looked a side that deserves to be at the top of the division, and they could be there by night's end. As we said, Miami FC leads Tampa Bay 2-0 as we head towards halftime in South Florida. And Pittsburgh, if they can hang on to this result, get all 3 points, they'll be even at the top of the Atlantic Division. Loudoun United coming in only 6 points in the table. That's tied for the worst point accumulation total in the entire USL. But Jacob Green sends it into the box. Perhaps an opportunity. Push to the outside. Now a shot right at Vitiello.
Hey, that's a shot. That's a shot. A good bit of play there. The little ball into the box. I want him to wiggle around and create his own shot once he's in the box, but we'll take a long-range effort at this point.
Certainly felt like Montestiaka at the onset of that was going to try and unleash a shot and instead deferred. And it ends up into the chest of Vitiello.
Yeah, I would have liked to seen him be positive there and try and wiggle something and, you know, get a little turn and shot.
Cudi Pietro. This pushed forward. The substitute, Camarne Smith, onto it. Smith, who came in at halftime.
You got to understand you have 4 guys in the box there. You try and get something into your guys in the box.
Mel, this did find the box eventually, but only after it was breaking up that chance at attack, but it is going to be a corner for Loudoun United.
You know, when I was a wide man, Ken, even when I played right back, the amount of men in the box is what dictates, you know, how excited I am to cross that ball. If I see 4 in there, I'm flashing something in there without asking too many questions.
The odds are in your favor in that spot.
And you're going to get an earful from the strikers after. They're going to be a lot of complaints.
Farron with the corner, high archer, no problems for Vitiello. The Golden Glove winner in 2020 softly brings that into his gloved hands, and Loudoun, despite some sustained possession and some opportunities, still unable.
Still unable, but it's been their best spell. I'd say the recent, you know, they've had a couple corners, shot on goal.
It really started with that back pass, and then everything's changed. The pitch is tilted a bit.
You're right, it did start there.
And it was not well executed, that free kick inside the area, but it has given some confidence, it appears, to Loudoun. We have seen Mustafa take some knocks here tonight. That's the 3rd time we've seen him down.
Right? He's been down a lot.
The timing not there for Loudoun. And Vitiello will deliver a goal kick. The Riverhounds back in action at Highmark Stadium Saturday, July 31st, 7 p.m. against Hartford Athletic for another Saturday night showdown. You can visit riverhounds.com or call the box office at 412-865-GOAL. Twilight descending here on the Steel City with former Premier League and MLS standout Lloyd Sam. I'm Ken Levicka. Dustin Curl, our executive producer, his staff here tonight as Pittsburgh leads Loudoun United 1-0. Russell Cicerone in the 6th minute is responsible for all of our scoring here so far. And it was a goal that Albert Dikwa thought that he had collected, but it did find the back of the net off the face of Cicerone. Montestiaka giving chase. Vitiello flies this away. And for Dikwa, just to give him the benefit of the doubt, I think he was shielded off by the defender and never saw the ball hit Cicerone.
Yeah. I mean, he should log an assist for that, you would think, right? So he's going to get something. He's going to get his recognition.
Because Dikwa celebrated the goal and looked like he was taking the claim for the goal, but there's no way he would have seen that Cicerone got a touch on it. That would have had to been quite the neck contortion. But is Dikwa going to have a goal? Dikwa ahead of the defense, and it's cleared away just at the last moment. Dambro able to alter Dikwa's path and knock it across the byline.
This is what's been dangerous. It turns over quickly and Forbes straight away. There's runners. And that's how they've been dangerous. This Loudoun defense haven't been quite prepared for those runners. Couldn't get his shot off that time.
Well done by Saravia as well, who has had a nice night defensively to come over and assist. Forbes with the corner. The in-swinger, back post, punched away. And this will be an attacking third throw-in for Pittsburgh. There you get a look at Jermaine Forda, the Englishman, formerly with El Paso Locomotive. The throw into the edge of the 18, lobbed up into the air, headed on to Dixon. Dixon tried to play it back. Loudoun wants to get out on the run. And that's an easy call, and a card is coming. Rivero, impeding the progress, gets shown the easy card.
It's a good foul, though. You take a yellow card for that. You slow them down. There was a possible counter-attack. You know, your teammates will tell you after, well done, good foul. That's the game. Look at them all back behind the ball in a set, solid position now. That's what you want to see for a team that's 1-0 up.
Like looking into a yellow wall, and then they win it right back. Go chase, they tell Dequa, but Forda comes up to scoop it up. Now it is clear that Albert Dequa is fully committed to just making runs up the channel now and trying to find long balls. He is willing to get into a foot race with anybody and everybody now at this juncture of the match.
And that's what you want from your striker. He'll want, you know, he would have heard that Cicerone got that first goal. So, you know, strikers only speak in one language, and that's goals. So he'll want to get a goal before this game's over, and I'm sure he'll get a couple more chances.
He will have earned it. He has been all over the field tonight. This is knuckled away, out of play. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, Rodney Marsh, and USL All Access with Mike Watts and Devin Kerr every Tuesday night, 7 Eastern time. You can also hear live action from the USL, MLS Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app. That is Sirius XM FC 157.
Ken, I need to say something. Danny Rivera, he needs to be careful now. Just got a yellow card. He just went flying in for a tackle. You have to understand right now that your team is solid in a position to win this game. A red card would be a disaster now. So
that's the best way to make a 1-0 that feels like a 2-0 suddenly feel like some danger. Does Loudoun United have something? Left foot. Vitiello has to knock it away. Still loose. It was Darluis Paz who put some good pace on that shot. And Vitiello had to pop it up into the air. A throw in here for Loudoun United.
Yeah, that's Loudoun United. It's been a bit better from them. You know, the changes Ryan Martin has made it's got a little bit better.
Darluis Paz, who missed a penalty against Pittsburgh earlier this season. That was dangerous. The 19-year-old Venezuelan showing some of his craftiness as we reach 71 minutes. And a freight train in the background here at Benchmark Stadium, or Highmark Stadium. You could say this is the benchmark of the scenery experience in the USL Championship.
It's a great location there they've got, haven't they, for a stadium.
In all of the different levels that you played, whether it be in England or here in the States, did you ever have such close proximity to a train while you were playing?
To a train? That's a good question. I'm going to have to rack my brain. I'm going to have to go through the years. Not really. I don't remember too many trains.
Some of the stadiums you played in had some of its quirks. There's a lob towards goal, and it's up and over Saravia.
I mean, some of the better ones were Anfield, when they had, you know, full of fans all the way around. You'll never walk alone singing, you know. Old Trafford as well, no trains there, you know. those were the good old days, though. I did love playing at Red Bull Arena, though, I will say that. Amazing place to play.
Again, no trains.
No trains again.
Yep. Now we have an injured Loudoun player on the pitch. That's Cudi Pietro. I'm not sure who delivered the knock to him. As the training staff comes out and checks on Ted Ku DiPietro, want to tell you that the USL on ESPN stays in the Mountain Division with a midweek contest Wednesday, July 21st on ESPN2. Playoff positioning heats up in the Lone Star State when New Mexico United travels to San Antonio FC, 9:30 Eastern Time, Wednesday, July 21st on ESPN2. And Riverhounds fans, many flex plans or 6 undated vouchers to use any way you want over the 2021 season to catch the Hounds in action. Use them all for one game or spread them throughout the season. On sale now. Plans start at $90. Call the box office 412-865-GOAL. 412-865-GOAL. Loudoun United putting Tyler Gabera onto the pitch. 8 appearances for this Loudoun United side in 2020, the expedited season. Alex Saravia, the El Salvador U17 player, has come off. So we are seeing truly an entirely different personnel set here for Ryan Martin than we did at the onset.
It's been like that game to game for this Loudoun team.
Yep. You're right. That's sort of the way it has to be.
That's the way it has to be. But, you know, despite all those things going against them, you want these players to come in there and really understand the opportunity. You know, you're playing against them in a tough division. It's not going to be easy, but go out there and show your attributes.
Well, potentially something to here for Loudoun to apply a bit of pressure. Long distance shot, and again, Vitiello has it clubbed right to him. Massimo Ferrin gave it a go from distance. Good pace, but once again, the keeper not challenged.
Comfortable one for Vitiello. You know, but this is why the danger of only being 1-0 up. Anything can happen, you know. A free kick could just fly in. It could be an indirect free kick like we saw, a penalty, a red card, anything can happen. You want to get that second goal, but I get a feeling that Pittsburgh might be, you know, dropping back a little bit.
So we're going to see Velarde and Williamson and Perez all into the match here for Pittsburgh. That'll be it for Canardo Forbes. Anthony Velarde will come on. He'll take over in the midfield. Cicerone will take his seat. Mikel Williams, the native of Trinidad and Tobago. He's going to come on for the 13th time this season. And Anthony Velarde on as well.
Number 8, Tommy Williamson. Number 9, Albert Duca.
So 1-0 Pittsburgh. Riverhounds trying to see this through.
Number 13, Todd Wharton.
So Todd Wharton has come off as well. 3 substitutions for Bob Lilly. Luis Perez, the one officially taking Wharton off the field. And it's Cicerone with the goal, but you can make an argument that Wharton's in the discussion for a man of the match. He was extremely active. And here's a giveaway. Pittsburgh, can they threaten? Still maintaining possession. Into the area, finally knocked down. That was quite a journey there for Williamson, who scored last time out, and now a dangerous challenge. Down and injured is Jalen Robinson. Did he take a boot? It looked like he might have from Kamarni Smith.
Let's have a look here. Jalen Robinson, he's someone I know very well, in fact. Took a little kick there from his time at DC United. We spent together. Tenacious defender. I'll probably talk to him after the game as well. Hope he's all right there. He's had a pretty calm game back there. Hasn't had to do too much. He's been patrolling. He's been in the right position.
And I believe a yellow has been shown, and it has. Kamarni Smith has drawn a card. Long ball sent forward and a battle for it. Still battling and then hitting the turf. And the referee says play on. Williamson thought that he had earned himself a potential penalty. He has been active here since he's come on.
He's been active since he's come on. Look how he fights for this ball. You love a player on your team like this. He don't stop. Look, he keeps going, creates an opportunity for a teammate. You know, you want guys active like that, putting their body around, being a nuisance.
And he was battling with Mel down there.
That's right.
Short corner. It's top of the box. Now off to the left side. Perez gave it up, a shot. Dixon has it poked away by Forda. That had a big time pace on it. And Forda had to see it over the bar.
It's a good save by Forda. By the time this ball comes, it's a quick snapshot, a quick controlled and hit. We're back in play here, but there's a good save by Forda.
And we're looking for a short corner once again. Now Perez will throw it in here for Pittsburgh. Luis Paz, an emphatic delivery of the ball to the chest of Perez. This throw-in heads into the box. Forbes could not connect with Filardi. And it's coming back to Loudoun United.
Okay, so here's that chance again. By the time this comes to Forbes, he's going to take a quick touch with the right and then hit it with the left. Forda does well. Look at the location it goes to. That's normally where goals are scored. But Forda's in a great position already.
Loudoun gets quickly down the field. Green. Look at the Pittsburgh defense just swarming. And Luis Perez does the duties and delivers it across the touchline. Loudoun looking for an equalizer. After all of this, Loudoun still has a chance. Pittsburgh will clear it away. Forda well out of his goal to try and get Loudoun to work it out of the back. Good move there. Kabara. Loudoun United is something developing. It's out of play. And it'll be a goal kick. Just a heavy touch from Gabara sent him out of play across the end line.
It looked promising for a second.
Sure
you know,
did.
he took it a bit too far to the line. Did he kick it against himself? I'm not sure what happened there.
United Soccer League, all 31 championship clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. For more information on the USL's commitment to change through the United Against Racism campaign, visit uslsoccer.com. That's United Against Racism. In the 81st minute, Loudoun still trying to find an equalizer. They have been vastly outplayed, yet here they are still grinding away. This second half has looked better than the opening 45 did, that's for certain.
They're going to be encouraged by that scoreline. You know, they're one game away from a result, one goal away from a result, so they're not going to stop. It would take a second goal for Pittsburgh to really dampen the spirits at this point.
Pittsburgh has had its chances to put this one away, and they have not been able to actually find the second. And not as crisp as Loudoun United would have liked there. As Jacob Green watches it sail out of play. Now you got to look at Luis Perez, former UCF man. He's a first-year pro. Can Loudoun turn this into something? Onto the outside, poor touch, Paz. Can he recover? Yes, he does. Green, dangerous, headed up into the air. Wheat was there. Now Pittsburgh will blast it away. Pittsburgh, though, has been relegated here over the last 2.5, 3 minutes. to just simply clearing it the distance of the field.
Yeah, Ken, that's going to be the natural motivation at this point. You know, you're going to lean to protecting what you've got. And Loudoun, you know, they're going to let it all out, you would imagine, this last 10 minutes and push for the goal. It's one goal away, so that's natural at this point.
Cudi Pietro delivers it all the way to the far side. That's where he finds Tyler Gabara, formerly with FC Baltimore, went to NC State. He's developed into a pretty consistent presence here for Loudoun. A 1-2 attempt there, nothing doing. Pittsburgh wants to run. Can they find a second? Trying to maintain possession. Doing so is Velarde. Velarde chases now. Velarde, the outside of the area. That was picked off nicely by Jacob Green. Green dangerous. Boy, that makes your heart skip for a moment.
We didn't know where that was going to end up, but it got to his man. Fair play to him.
Well, that took a checked up hop off the turf. Vitiello, who had his gloves up, suddenly realized that wasn't going to make it into the area and had to head it away because Kamarni Smith was shadowing him. Had to make sure Smith didn't get a body to that ball. Can Pittsburgh close it out at home here at Highmark Stadium? Looking to take 2 victories from Loudoun United to 1 defeat here in 2021.
Good ball, Robinson.
And that gets whiffed on. And that suddenly turns into a...
Little things like that there, that missed kick gives encouragement to the other side. You know, you're having a good little possession. They're going to take a little bit of encouragement for sure.
Turns into a deep throw and right back to the midfield it goes, however.
But can they break down Pittsburgh? That's the real question. I'm not sure the answer yet.
They haven't had much luck trying to dig him on the outside here tonight. The wings have not worked particularly well. Cudi Pietro. This is played forward. Bodies hit the ground, no whistle. Possession still to Loudoun, but it's won right back by Pittsburgh. Now Williamson, long ball forward. Nobody home. Dixon giving chase. This will be played back to Forda. This is well done. Something percolating potentially. This is tackled out of play. And Loudoun has won a corner. Tyler Gabara has been good out of the midfield for Loudoun United since he came on. He's at least been able to spark some of these opportunities.
A few of those changes have come on, and you know it's helped to tip the momentum to Loudoun's way.
Farron, the in-swinger. It's short. It's punched away. One back by Loudoun United. They're really battling, and you have to credit them for that. This is how they've kept it close with Pittsburgh every single contest this season. At the top of the box, a shot just wide. Oh, that looked like that could have been something beautiful developing. Darluis Pass involved in that, but it never found the target.
This was one of the better moves we've seen from Loudoun. A good little passing move, sets up his man there. It's a chance. It's a chance. To be fair, that's not an easy chance to score. You'd love to see him put it on target, though.
A good idea from Pass to give his teammate a chance. But you're right, that's difficult to put on goal. That was some tight quarters.
It would have been a great goal if he scores like that. A great passing move, though. Better from Loudoun.
Into the 87th minute. Pittsburgh still nursing this 1-goal advantage. They've been doing so since the 6th minute. There's 2 balls on the pitch momentarily. This will just be launched into the stratosphere. Loudoun hoping to get a foot on it. They did initially. This will be volleyed out of play. Looking on is Ryan Martin. Does his team have the ability to find the back of the net and steal a point on the road? Keep Pittsburgh from going top of the table. At least the way things appear to be shaping up, because Miami leads table topper Tampa Bay 2-0. Nobody home. And Vitiello scoops it up.
Don't think that's the way forward for Loudoun. You know, those long balls. I don't know if that's the kind of team they are, and that's where success is going to come. They've had a few chances recently with good little passing moves. Can they generate more chances like that?
Is that just frustration? Is that heavy legs?
It might be a bit of the desperation of trying to get it back all in one goal, you know, quickly. Which you do if you have the personnel up front. I'm not sure who's up front that's going to win those long balls at the moment.
This is played through. Velarde tries to get onto it. Cannot. Cut off by Dambro. And Forda cradles it and distributes. And back to work goes Loudoun United. Immediately won back by Pittsburgh as it got across midfield. Velarde, a ton of space to operate. He's going to try and eat up some of the clock. Pittsburgh trying to make this a bit more calm and collected than they have been over the last couple of minutes. See this one out. We saw 1 minute of added time in the first half. We'll have more here in the second half as a foul's committed by Loudoun. And Dixon hits the turf. Curious to see officially if Dixon or Dequa will get the assist on the Cicerone goal.
Did it come off Dequa beforehand? I felt like
I feel like it almost has to then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it came off Dequa beforehand.
Dequa does appear as if he did get accredited with the assist. And then tough luck for Alex Dixon.
Well, you know, he don't get the assist, but his team respects what he's done in that move. You know, not everything's about goals and assists. It is really, but you know, we can recognize when a guy has been involved and really helped a goal happen, and that was very unselfish of him to play across. The game's not over though. Game's not over.
I'd love to hear the talk about goals and assists and what matters between Lloyd Sam, the player, and Lloyd Sam, the analyst.
Yeah.
Just see how that back and forth goes.
Yeah, the player wants goals and assists alone. I don't want to be the third person on the pass. I want.
Loudoun United still trying to probe, still trying to find something. It has been a force field between them and the Pittsburgh goal. 3 minutes of added time. Not a ton of time here for Loudoun. And this will not help as Dixon saunters into the attacking third, plays it forward. Williamson can't get there.
It's not what you want to do. You want to keep possession for a little bit. You don't want to give it back to the team.
Yeah, Pittsburgh looks like it's still hunting a goal.
Yeah, it would look like they were in between right there. It's like they weren't sure if they want to hunt one or not, but a second goal will obviously make you feel a lot better, but you know, 3 points is the goal.
There's been no doubt which side has been the better club here tonight. But as you said earlier, Loudoun's going to end up feeling good that they withstood a ton of pressure and were in it for the entire 90.
But that doesn't do anything for them at this stage. You know, when you're looking at the standings and everything, they need points now. So, you know, I guess it's another lesson. But there's still 2 minutes left, but...
Sure. Farron.
I'm not really sure what the lesson would be, though, honestly.
Haas took an elbow.
This sets up an interesting opportunity.
Sure does. Now. Free kick coming.
The set pieces have not been good enough for Loudoun this whole game. They've got a chance to swing something into the box and create some confusion in there.
What can they do here? Gabara is going to place the ball. And he is the only one over the ball. Can Loudoun steal a point here in the closing moments? Gabara looks on. Pittsburgh trying to mark. Gabara delivers, back post, headed away. Well played by Pittsburgh.
A better ball this time. It was dealt with well, but still another one to defend. Can you get this in another area which gives someone on your team a chance?
So now a corner from the opposite side.
Oh, the keeper's up.
This is sent in. It's knocked down, and it's skied into the seats. Gabara never got a good foot on it. Vitiello would come out of his goal, and it didn't matter. And that's the look of frustration from Ryan Martin as the fans start to feel it now. That might have been Loudoun United's final chance to test Vitiello. And Dixon's gonna head right to the corner. Dixon actually is gonna deliver a cross. It finds its way through, low shot. Cleared away, final whistle, and that'll do it. Pittsburgh was looking for more. They'll take the 1-0 score line, and they were the team that deserved, Lloyd Sam, the 3 points here tonight.
Funny enough, I feel like Bob Lilly really likes that scoreline, that 1-0 win. It's a high mentality win on paper. You know, you got a clean sheet. They're going to be happy with that. As we were broadcasting, watching it, we wanted more goals from Pittsburgh, but at the end of the day, they got their 3 points. Well played, Pittsburgh.
In the 6th minute, Pittsburgh found its goal courtesy of that man, Cicerone, and that was enough as Pittsburgh beats Loudoun United 1-0. We start the postgame after this from Highmark Stadium. Pittsburgh gets the 3 points, and for the time being, now at the top of the Atlantic Division table, it's the USL Championship on ESPN+.
Cross Wharton, scores!
The summer is heating up, and so are the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Saturday, July 31st, the Hartford Athletic are back at Highmark Stadium for a Saturday night showdown with a 7 p.m. kickoff. Group and individual tickets on sale now. Call and ask about our many flex plans. We even have private suite options available. Visit riverhounds.com or talk to a ticket representative at 412-865-GOAL. Pleasant Valley Golf Club, nestled in the Laurel Highlands of southwestern Pennsylvania, is now open to the public. Enjoy 18 holes of championship golf with a new island green and fully stocked pro shop. Our clubhouse features a large ballroom for weddings or private parties, 2 restaurants serving delicious food, a sports bar, 2 state-of-the-art golf simulators, and an outdoor patio with gas fire pit and picturesque view. Pleasant Valley Golf Club, now open to the public. There's still time to take part in Riverhounds Academy Summer Technical Clinics. Sessions are geared to players interested in developing in many areas technically over the week. Don't miss our final camp August 2nd through the 5th at Highmark Stadium. Clinics are led by Riverhounds Development Academy trainers and current professional Riverhounds players. Open to players 7 to 14 years old. Register online or contact the Academy office at 412-325-7238.
Russell Cicerone scored in the 6th minute, and that's all Pittsburgh needed. The Riverhounds take down Loudoun United 1-0. Alongside former Premier League and MLS stand-down Lloyd Sam, I'm Ken Levicka. Here are the highlights from this one, and here's the goal, Lloyd.
Didn't think that it was going to be settled on this goal. It was so early in the game. You thought there was going to be more. Todd Wharton does well. Good movement out here. Alex Dixon coming out to the right. Unselfishly puts it in, and you see it does come off Dequa first. And then it hits Cicerone on the way in.
And that was all the scoring that we would find here tonight. Every single match to this point this season between these two teams decided by a single goal. Loudoun United had its chances, though.
Yeah, Loudoun United later on in the game. That little save there could have gone anywhere. There's a guy right in front of the goalkeeper as well, so that's what made this one dangerous. A routine save. He does well to keep it out of his goal mouth.
Luis Paz, who would come on as a sub. And then another sub, Williams here for Pittsburgh. He goes down. He wanted a potential call there and a trip to the spot. Nothing doing, says the referee. But the substitutes for both sides made immediate impacts here tonight.
Yeah, they did. I believe this is the Alex Dixon strike. This is a great strike. Good save. Keeper's in the right place to save that.
And that was far and away the most degree of difficulty we saw in a save tonight.
Yeah, I'd say so. It wasn't enough from Loudoun this whole game. They've not threatened the goal enough. Really have to threaten the goal to score goals.
And here late in the final couple of moments, Guevara off of the setup from Paz. Off the mark, and that would do it as Pittsburgh wins it 1-0. Here with the numbers, not a ton of surprise. And look at Pittsburgh with 12 shots, 4 on target. The goal was all they needed. They were in complete command.
They were in complete command, control of the game. They didn't really have to do too much. Loudoun didn't threaten, and that was the story. They got their goal, sharp shot, and that's it. 1-0 Pittsburgh, they deserve it.
So Pittsburgh again, as it stands, will be tied at the top of the table with Tampa Bay, who is trailing Miami FC 2-0. Well, Pittsburgh gets all 3 points at home. Want to thank Dustin Curl and his entire staff, our executive producer. For the great Lloyd Sam, I'm Ken Levicka. Pittsburgh beats Loudoun United 1-0 in the third meeting between these two teams this season. Have a great rest of your weekend. This has been the USL Championship on ESPN+.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.